Welcome back everyone to KW Ross Patterns. In this lesson you will learn about geometry, specifically equations of a circle, and how to recognize equation of a circle. So we know that there are two components actually to the equation of a circle. We need the radius and we need the center of the circle, because not all the time it's going to be center could be is the origin. Okay, and we have a formula for the equation of a circle, which is x minus a close parentheses raised to the second power plus open parentheses y minus b close parentheses raised to the second power equal r squared. So if we're given a question like this and we're asked to recognize the equation of a circle, and we're asked to find the center and the radius. So first thing first, we will first realize that we have a couple things going on here in this equation. We have that part and we also have the other side. All right, so what we have to do first, we have to factor this out. All right, so we have to factor that out, and when we factor that out, we notice that we will end up with factors here will be x minus 1 and x minus 1. Okay, then we also have to factor out the other side. All right, the y. Okay, we can factor that out. We put our plus sign here. All right, we find the factors of 4 such that when added is going to give you this one. So 2 and 2, 4. So y, and this is a positive, this is positive, so it's going to be plus. Okay, y plus 2, y plus 2 equals 2. And then r squared, which is the square root of 25, would be 5 to the second power. All right, that's what we'd have there. Now, we have that part, and then because we know that this can be written just as 1 raised into the second power plus y plus 2 raised into the second power equal 5 squared, right? Now, we will notice that this is in the original format, so we just have to pull out the 1 here. So our center is going to be our x value and y value. This is 1, but we have here plus 2. So in our equation formula, it's a negative b value, so the y value has to be negative 2. All right, just be careful there. And so that is our center, and the radius is 5. All right, the radius is 5, and that is your answer for the center and the radius. Okay, you can box the answer, you can do, but as long as you're circling in some format or in a way. I just like to be fancy. All right, now you're given another scenario here where you don't have all, it's not a trinomial like the first one. We just have two terms here, right? X, and this one has this, which also has a negative 7 on one side, but we have to bring this over to the other side. All right, so with a scenario like this, one thing I have to say to you is that because you're dealing with the number on this side, I would suggest that you move this over to this monomial constant, the number that stands by itself, over to the other side. So I'm going to rewrite everything. Plus y squared equal 7. All right, bring this negative 7 over. It becomes positive because once you cross the bridge, just like going from one bar to another, and if you're using a bridge, everything changes. Your sign changes once you cross the equal sign in math or in algebra. So next we have just these two terms here. We have to use what we know as completing the square format. All right, in completing the square format, we are going to take your b value, so your b value divided by 2 and raise it to the exponent 2. So that negative 6, right? So we have negative 6 divided by 2, raise it to second power. Negative 6 divided by 2 is going to be negative 3 to the second power, which is going to be 9. Okay, so you have 9 there. So you're going to add that 9, whatever you have on one side, you must do it on the other side. Okay, I just wanted you to know. So I'm going to add it to both sides. Plus 9, plus 9 on that side. Okay, now you can factor this out. We can factor it out in two sets of binomials. Factors of 3 such that when added is going to give you -6, and this is going to be -3. All right, also it's usually what you have here inside your parentheses that you put here for that. And then this obviously is going to be by itself, so you have the y squared equals 16. So you have x minus 3 raised to the second power plus y to the second power equals 16. Now we know that this is our r square, so we can identify now. So our center is going to be, our x value is going to be 3, and our y value is going to be 0 because we have nothing there. All right, it's going to be 0, and our radius is going to be the square root of 16, which is 4. So radius is going to be 4, and that is what that one will be. Okay, now let's move on to another one. So same concept again. We have this part, all right, this binomial. We have to do completing the squares to get this problem done, and we have to do the same thing with this right here. Okay, so with this we are going to take your 10, and I have 10 will be divided by 2 raised to the second power. So 5 raised to the second power is going to be 25. All right, so I'm going to rewrite it with that. So I'm going to have my x squared plus 10x plus 25, because whatever I add on one side, I must add it on the other side. So I'm going to put here equals 25. All right. I already have a 0 here. That is fine. Don't worry about that 0 that you have there. Everything will work out fine. Okay, everything will work out fine. Now, the next thing that we have to do, all right, is that we have to also simplify this part. All right, and we're going to simplify this part. So I'm going to have plus, I'm going to rewrite it for now, 8y, but I need to bring that 8 over, so it's going to be positive 8. Just want to say that to you. And I'm going to take, I bring my positive 8 over, I'm going to look at this 8, negative 8 divided by 2 raised to the second power is going to be negative 4 raised to the second power, which is going to be 16. So I'm going to add my 16 here, and I'm going to add my 16 here. All right, now I can simplify this. Okay, factor it out. X, find two factors of 25 such that when added, not only that, if you look back on here, is the 5 to the second power, so it's a positive 5, and plus, factor this out, y, and we look at here, it's going to be negative 4 because you've taken your b value divided by 2, which is this part, right? And negative 4 minus 4. And you're going to add these. 8 and 16 is 24. 24 and 25 is 49. So now you're going to rewrite this, x plus 5 raised to the second power plus y minus 4 raised to the second power equal 49. All right, so now your center, we have it in this. Remember again, once again, it's supposed to be in the form of negative there, but you have positive here. Be careful. So your center, which is your x and y value, you need your x is going to be negative 5 and your y is going to be 4. And your radius is going to be the square root of 49, right? The square root of 49. So the radius is 7. All right. So that's what you have to do. All right. And there goes your answer. Now, there may be a case where it asks you to describe the graph of each of these equations. So in order to describe the graph of each of these equations, right, this is another caveat to the lesson. So you look at these, right, and you notice here that you have two sets of x values here, or x variable, I should say. And what you have to do here, well, the first one, you have to still treat it at using the completing the square format. So we're going to take that positive 2x here, and we're going to do 2 divided by 2 raised to the second power, which is 1, raised to the second power, which is 1. All right. Now I can add my 1 on both sides. So I'm going to rewrite it. X squared plus 2x, all right, plus 1. And plus, this is going to be remaining the same because I don't have any other variable, y variable there. And I'm going to plus my 1 here. All right, now I can factor this out, and I'm going to get 2 sets, right? One with x plus 1 because this is a positive 1. All right, x plus 1 plus y squared equals -2. Now this will rewrite it as just 1 x plus 1 because it's occurring twice. All right, perfect squares. So plus y squared equal -2. Now, when they speak of describing something, what you can see here, your center is going to be -1, right, and 0. Your r, your radius, is going to be right here. This is going to be square root of -2 because this is -2, is a negative value, all right? Because you have a negative value over here, then you can't have a negative, well, because you have a negative value there, this is going to be what we call an empty set. So because this is a negative value, is negative, it's an empty set. So this, we can say that this is an empty set. Okay, that's an empty set because of negative number for r. Okay, negative number for r, for this the r square, I should say, or negative number that's on the left, slash on the left. Okay, now let's look at this this example. This is B. Let's do the A. Sorry, should have done that before. Obviously with this one, this we have 7 here, right? This number 7 is positive, so because this is positive, you know, center, your center is going to be 0, 0. And this number here is positive, so because it's positive, this is, since that this is a positive number, right, it is an equation of a circle. So this is an equation of a circle, all right, because you have a positive number, because of the positive number on the right of the equation. Here I put left. No, this is supposed to be the right, on the right. See, sorry. And then for this one, you have to work this out again using the completing the square format, which we are going to take our 2 divided by 2 raised to the second power, which is going to be 1 raised to the second power, which is 1. So I have x squared plus, I'm going to add my number there. And when I add my number there, I'm going to have my -1 and my -1 here. I'm going to add my 1 right here. And I add my 1 and whatever I do on one side, I do on the other side. And now I will have to factor this out. So y, because I have the 1 here, it's going to be y plus 1 equals 0. Now, because you have the 0 right there, right, y plus 1 equals 0, this 0 on here is telling you that this is going to be a point. So this is a point on the graph because of the 0, okay? Because the number here, the number on the right, or on the where the r for the r square is 0. Okay, so that's it for today. See you soon. Please like, subscribe, and share your comment. Thank you.